Hello everyone, welcome to another stream. I'm going to be doing this for like the next hour roughly, so let's just grab the link to this, post it around, and away we go. So we've got the piano stuff going on in the background. This is background music. I actually really love the sound of this. Doing another post there. Okay. So, welcome. We're doing more stuff. And hey Z! This is the fight arena for Azrael. Yeah. The idea that I have in mind is to basically build this up as though it's pieces of the world that are fragmenting, because we can't do the normal one because of how migraine inducing it is. Hey Boydley. I think what I'll do is I think I've shown it off before, but I'll show it off again if I need to. But the migraine inducing other version that I had for the final place is just like, it's not happening. No, it's too bad. So yeah, the idea is now that I try and create this area that's absolutely massive, and that we can use for the final fight area. The idea being that this is going to be like land masses that we can manipulate and have floating ground. Kind of like the last remaining remnants of the underground. The idea is that we'll have the lost souls on each one of them. I love the way I've already got this set slightly loud here. The idea is that we'll have the lost souls on each one of them, and they'll slowly regain color once Azrael's memories have come back. And then, of course, I may include bits where he's, like, trying to destroy them because of the final battle, so I might have, like, bits flying off left, right, and center. But the idea now is just to get a sense of scale. Like, I think this is going to be okay for the Snowdin one. I thought I'll try mocking up at least just one and see what happens. I've got loads to do. Like, no joke. I've been having a laugh with the update because I'm showing off so much, but I've so far got like 15 to 20 minutes worth of like unique footage alone for the update, on top of the work in progress stuff that goes towards it. So we're looking at like way more than just 3 updates worth of content, which is obvious for, you know, basically the fact that we've had to wait so long for this update to come out. But yeah, I'm like scrambling here trying to get everything done while also actually enjoying playing games for a little bit. And the reason why I say that is just because like throughout all of development, it's been hard trying to find time to play stuff. And now I'm like, oh my god, I can actually play stuff again. So I'm kind of enjoying that as well a little bit, and then be like, don't want to go too overboard, you know, just in case. So time for the eye-hurting effects, as Voidly. Yeah, I'll actually have to show them off at some point, primarily just to show how bad it was. Because this will definitely be easier on the eyes, and therefore a lot better for the viewer. Papyrus is huge. Yeah, that's just because the way that the file was when I imported it. Like, nothing is scaled here, so I have to go ahead and rescale. I think that's roughly about right. I'm just gonna check the sound booth here, because the sound booth level that I've got for like bloopers and things actually has them all scaled up relatively correct. So let's just just open that here. I had to get rid of the or at least one of the recordings that I did because of the animation just looking really kind of jank and suggestive when I was blocking it out. So I was like, whoa, 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 let's just get rid of that. Oh. Ah, here we go. So, Frisk. Hey, Sky, how you doing? So yeah, Papyrus is like... Oh, Frisk to Papyrus, let's have a look. You won't be able to see what I'm editing in the background for the moment. But you will when I get this just right. Okay, so Frisk to Papyrus is about armpit level. Good. I'm doing alright. I'm just waiting for PSN to come back on. It apparently has now. Jen's just currently playing on stuff, so I'm like gonna wait around and then play more Sinduality later on. So we got Papyrus and we got I can include Sands later on. I just need really Frisk and Papyrus here. And then we're gonna use the Snowdin pieces here to make this rock look better. So let's go and actually just like raid Snowdin. I'm just gonna do Hyperdeath Snowdin. Yeah, I can't wait to have all these places like floating around in midair. Basically, it reminds me a lot of like the concept of you know, like the Doodle Sphere. If anyone's like familiar with the extended Undertale AU, if not, then essentially the Doodle Sphere is like this place where everybody creates their AUs, and they go to. So that's pretty cool. I'm just trying to think what's better to have floating on this island. It's probably just a random series of buildings or just ones that are not like the iconic ones like the shop or whatever. Do 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 do. Ah, there we go. This map is huge. It's gonna be massive anyway when I include all the other stuff, but whoo boy. Probably going to be repeating myself quite a lot during this the stream, but it's fine. Right, so we've got one of the houses here from Snowdin. I'm just going to put that on here. Again, the whole idea is just to kind of get an idea or a feel for how this is going to look and then progress from there with like the other areas, because I have to basically get like the most iconic things from each area and put them in location to hope that they work. Gonna get rid of this this fog box though, just for the moment, just so I can actually focus on stuff. What the heck is that? What? That moment where I'm like trying to have a look here and it's really weird. But yeah, trying to get this done like now. Hopefully we'll be really good, because it's like the only other place that I really need is this, and then the ending credits. Now the ending credits I can do that like way in the future. Oh my god. But this bit, having this bit ready like for the presentation would be so good. And I know it's like, oh, this should have been finalized, but trying to come up with the concept for this was so hard. Like, I had this idea since day one, so I'm hoping that I can do the idea justice. And also, it's like I've got to do the main platform as well justice, which hopefully will be okay. The problem I'm having here at the moment is trying to move everything around. The idea is I want the house to be kind of a little bit bigger. Hey, memes. I need that door to be bigger. This really was an Undertale. Fun times. Dude, I'm not so sure about that house being so big on the platform. Then again, maybe I should put the Snowdin sign on there, I don't know. Or just have that floating off on like a piece of geometry. Like if I just do that, huge door. Yeah, well, it's got to be big to have all the monsters going at. I reckon like having it the same size as at least Papyrus there is okay, because then that's like most of the monsters' average height. But yeah, then we can start messing around with like the nodes and stuff. Like where we at here? Hyperdeath. Oh no, wait. Let's try floating geometry nodes. Floating Snowdin. I just realized this Blender window is like still big, right? Hang on. Heck are these windows that I'm like grabbing hold of here? It's weird. Ah, yeah. There we go. That moment where like I've been messing around with stuff in the background and like Blender's just all over the place. At least that's a little bit better. The idea is now I can just like goof off here and mess around with geometry nodes, and I should be able to create a decent surface. So you got like geometry nodes. Oh, wait a minute. Is this because... Yeah, that may require me to make entirely new geometry nodes. Okay. Right, I'm gonna need a few things here. That moment where I optimized all of this for actually building Snowdin, and now it's like, so anyway, now you gotta do this in pieces. I know you want to do it easily, but... Ah! Do I even have the... Yeah, I do. So I can reference, like, that. Actually, I don't think I really need to reference like that. Is maybe the trees? But if I cut down the trees, that'd be okay. But what I do need is that. Again, the idea was to be able to easily pick out pieces and just move them over onto the new geometry and then scale them accordingly. Hey, that heavily edited Dark Souls grass. Literally, no joke, it's the actual grass from Dark Souls. I just messed around with it so much. But it looks like it isn't. Let's put that a little bit smaller. And we'll just move that kind of there, and then we'll be playing around with this a little bit here and there. And then for this one, I think we'll just do like a couple of blades of grass, and then some trees, rocks, and everything. This one will probably be the easier one. Different platforms for the different Lost Souls. Dang genius. It's like I said, it's the only thing that I could come up with. Like, I'm obviously going to be doing this as a series for each one, like a mini series before the update, just to get this done. Like, where's the example here of what I was having to work with before? I think I showed this to a bunch of people. I think I'm gonna have this in the update as well as like explaining things. Like, the thing is, I may end up breaking the update up into like extra videos as well, like explaining each and every version of like the area and why there are little details there. Because otherwise, this update would go on for like forever. Like, the amount of content I have to animate and edit and stuff like that is ridiculous. But, like, for instance, here, this is me messing around with, like, glitching materials. And I was like, oh, okay, not too bad. Managed to hook it up. Managed to make it do the Azrael style thing going on where it fades out through the rainbow. Like, not too bad. And then I ended up making another one where it was like, I was trying to create the background that you see behind him. I was like, okay, managed to kind of get that done. Kind of cool. The only problem is when you put it on a different surface, it just looks kind of messed up. I tried a little while to get it to work. Won't work on spheres, which is kind of annoying because I'm like, dude, I could just have it like that. That would more or less be like the entirety of the final fight. But it doesn't work when you do it from multiple angles. Which sucks. Hey, Sammy. So I was like, okay, let's test these in like multiple different areas, and I ended up testing it in, I think, was it that one? Is this a sphere? Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I'll test it in a sphere. I was like, oh, okay, not too bad. I like this, but I kind of need something in the background, so I ended up doing, what was it? Trying to find where it is, because this last one is just like terrible. There it is. I've done so many. Oh, god damn it! I've done so many tests for this area, and it's just so stupid. So eventually, what I was gonna do is just run this, and oh my god, it's terrible. Like, this you would not be able to have on screen and have it be viewed by people, because it's just going to cause them to have, like, a seizure while everything else is going on. Plus, you can't actually pick out stuff in the background with all, like, the glitchy effects and stuff. It's just, the rainbow death thing that Azrael has going on, just no. It's just like, let's make it easier on our eyes by just having it way more subdued. You know. There was no way I was going to submit people to that torture. Yeah, I might have to give that part of the update an epilepsy warning for obvious reasons. No. Oh. But yeah, now the new idea is fun. I just need to do the main platform where we start, because that's going to be really, really cool. Ooh. Look at the size of these rocks. Like, you can tell nothing's scale here, or everything's out of scale. It's just like, dude, seriously? Let's have a look how they are to frisk. Up there. Bear in mind, I'm just throwing these rocks around in, like, random places, so... Yeah, Sammy's not been around for, like, what? How many months, Sammy? Like, 5, 6? A lot of stuff has happened in that time. Disappeared for 5 months, yeah. So maybe like one more here. How long have I existed for? Says memes. That sounds like an existential question more than a legit question, memes. I'm worried now. You okay? Ugh. It wasn't meant to be an existential crisis question. I just crazy. It's the way it read. It was just like, wait, what? It was an honest question. What, for the project? Like, probably since like, I'd have to have a look at the videos. Let me just check. At least since the Hotland update. So if I just search that up, Hotland update. By the way, memes, I found your audio for the Old Man Slime. So I got that the other day. Got it organized. Oh, there we go. So, at least since Hotland. Voidly's been around since practically the beginning. The only reason I say that is because, like, I know Wally's been, like, the first person. Like, Wally was the first person, really, along with, I think, Rev. And then, shortly after, it was Voidly and Lucky. So, like, Voidly and, I think, together, Voidly, Lucky, and Wally have been on board the longest. So, we're talking, like, before September 2023. That's crazy. I had a look the other day, at the first instances of me animating Undertale stuff, and it was literally 2021. Like, where was it? Let me find this again. Where was it? It was on Twitter. I found it the other day when I was looking around for stuff, and I was like, oh my god, what? But yeah, like, the first instance of what would be Immersiontale was, like, 2021. I'd like to say thank you about that. Actually, Revenge is my best friend. Revenge posted a comment to me recently. There we go. I'm gonna have to check with the character artist, because I think they're good and are just doing, like, their own personal work at the moment. Because, like, I'm just watching, like, their Twitter now, and they've been doing some stuff, so I'm just like, because I'm hoping I haven't overloaded them with work. Because I need those, like, last 4 or 5 characters left. So I'm hoping I can get those. Yeah, we're gonna borrow some of one of the trees here and then rotate it. Yeah, project's been going for literally ages now, of which people be like, dude, why aren't you finished yet? It's like, everybody's been trying to get their audio to me, and then I've also been trying to basically recreate the entire underground before I do anything else. Because the funniest part about it is, like, me saying, like, I think 2023, I was like, oh yeah, I just need to do Hotland and stuff, and then I should be good to go. I just need to animate a couple of things, and then we're good. And now it's like, so anyway, then I had to recreate the entirety of the underground, because quality. No, and then it was a bunch of other stuff, and it's just like, okay, now I can animate. In all honesty, the wildest adventure I've joined in on, and there's still more to discover. Yeah, it's one of those adventures that just keeps going. No, that's a big tree. The thing is, it's imported from the other version of Hotland where the trees are big, but like Hotland, Hotland's on the brain, dude. What am I saying? It's Snowdin, dude. my brain is just mush at the moment from all this work. Well, let's just double check that. Yeah, that's fine. Right, I just need to do a setup for that now. And then I think after that I just need to grab the geometry nodes for the trees, of which I'm probably going to have to create new ones. So let's try, what would it be? It'd be Fallen Down, I think, has geometry nodes that I can use in it. Hang on. Fallen Down EX. We do not talk about Lava Reef RPG Edition in this household. Yeah, it's crazy. There's the foliage nodes. If I do like those geometry. Okay, I can remake these geometry nodes real quick. So I can make the trees more random and then just scatter the trees throughout here. Do a couple of the snow dunes as well, more scattered out, and then I think we're done. Maybe like I could have got the snow crystals up in here, but I don't know, maybe like 1 or 2 snow crystals. But then we got this one done. I'm gonna continue eating Pocky, says memes. Nice! Not had Pocky in ages. You know, all transforms. I just crawled out of the depths of hell. Depression, saw my favorite game getting a supposed movie with a friendly YouTuber who knows my name. Oh, fun times. I should really load up the update file and show you guys what I'm up to at the moment in terms of that as well, like without obviously spoiling anything. Let's just see where I saved it previously. Oh, there's the footage. So there we go. Okay. So I can open that file in a little bit properly. I'll just make sure I save that there. Because this is me still thinking of like splitting the update. Because I'm probably gonna have like tons of individual videos for this update. It's insane. No. Why is... Oh, there we go. Blender was having a weird fit there. Distribute points on faces. Let's just get this all done. We do geometry node. New geometry node. Distribute points on faces. I'm going to have to realize the instance as well. Still can't get over the art that I made being part of this. Oh, Sammy, I've made that, like, front and center part of the update. Like, no joke, I've even got I think it's either a special thanks on the intro, or... I know I've got it front and center in the update to the point where I'm like, thank you, Sammy. And then we show, like, the bits from the streams for people who aren't sure where it's from. But I think... I think I can show at least the beginning credits if I'm correct about it. I just need to make sure. I've been editing so much, it's hard to keep track of everything. Give me a sec. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so I can show you that in a bit. But yeah, I have you credited along with Latiprod, the guy that made Snowdin HD. I have you credited in the very beginning, so I have you credited like twice. I'm very excited for the eventual sighting of the ending photo I drew, says memes. I need to put that in. Like, that's the one thing I don't think I've put in yet. I actually need to make sure I've got it saved in the backup folder, because, like, at the moment, everything should be organized correctly. I'm going to double organize it after the update, but everything's currently in the correct folder. So I think what I'll do is after this stream, I'll quickly throw it all to the backup drive, so that no matter what, everything that I've got at the moment is saved on that backup drive. I know it might be upsetting to hear that it's not been put in there yet, memes, but it's mainly just because of how much, obviously, I have to deal with right now, going backwards and forwards between multiple files, and then all these things that I'm doing. Like, the craziest thing for me at the moment is, like, trying to do deals between, like, me and multiple creators to get different characters. Like, I mentioned one. Bro, my face is... I'm gonna start crying. My face is boiling. No joke, just wait until I show you the intro. What I'll do is I'll show you just the intro pane that shows your name on it, because Voidly, I think, is the only one in here that's seen it properly, like the full intro at the moment, because I let Voidly and Lucky watch it. Realize instances as geometry, and then put that in. I did it like a while ago just to test out and see what they thought of the intro. Oh, and it was Happy as well. Happy's seen the intro because of Happy having a bit of it. The trailer. No. I've seen the progress. It's the trailer that I showed you with the Akira sliding bike that I then went on to tell the Minecraft team that I'd basically done Papyrus doing an Akira slide. And they were like, "You what? Can you show us?" And I was like, "No, it's for the update." No. And Toriel doing a kickflip off Asgore. And they were like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "Yeah, Toriel does a kickflip off Asgore, you know, because stuff." And they were just like, "Dude, this sounds insane." And I was like, I gotta stay consistent. I have to stay consistent with my my absolute insanity. Align Euler to vector, okay. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm just grabbing stuff off another file and then copying it into here, but I'm doing it in such a way that it won't, like, break the file, so it's taken a little while. Align Euler to vector, and then I think it's another random value placed into the rotation here. And then it should just allow me to randomly rotate stuff without actually putting in any effort. Which sounds crazy and lazy, but it helps so much. Okay, so there we go. And then I've got to go maximum of 5 here. I'll just deliberately put, like, what, 7 as a seed there? And then scale. Scale is... It's a float between 0 and, what, 0.1. 0.1. Plug that back into scale, and then all I need to do now is just get the tree object. Oh. To do, where is it? Object info. Pick instant. Oh, no, wait, no, not pick instance. It's instance object info. Object info. And then we just get the tree. I shall take my leave once again. Hibernation is calling. I'm hella tired. I hope you're alright, memes. Take care. Here we go. So now we've got the trees. They look so funny. What's happened here is it's trying to place the trees in a random location, but because they're not facing the right way, they're all just, like, flat on the floor, basically. So funny. I'm gonna have to change the values for some of these. Oh, there we go. So the rotation is there. This is the kind of, like, silly stuff that I have with the update, which is so funny. Right, I need the position to be correct on disk, and then everything else. So the rest of this should be fine. It's just a case of making sure everything's correct scale-wise. Where's the origin? Oh, no wonder. The origin point's through the floor, right? If the origin point is through the floor, what that means is when you move it, that's going to basically be where the Blender looks for it. An origin point essentially is like picking up a pencil between your fingers, and you know where, like, the eraser is on the end of a pencil. That would be your origin point for if you're holding it between both of your fingers like that. And then when you rotate it, obviously it rotates around the origin. And it's like messing around with the origin point allows you to place things in different locations. And I'm just like, I need this to be right at the base of the tree so that then when I put trees there, they're not actually, like, floating in midair in weird ways or whatever. You know. But yeah, this update's going to be interesting, primarily just because, like, the amount of, like, crazy stuff that I can put into it is nuts. And this is probably going to be an update with multiple videos right now, I'm telling you that. Like, the main one you'll see is the event video, and I have yet to decide whether I want to then include a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, like the effects and everything else in that, primarily because it takes up a lot more time, of which I know people are going to enjoy seeing them, but, like, some of the stuff where it's like, oh, it's just character walk cycles or other things, I'm like, do I include all of those? I'm not quite sure. Then I've got bits like this where I'm explaining stuff, and I'm like, you know what, maybe I can just put those as, like, different videos. Then you've got the obvious new areas that are going to be their own different videos. I'm probably going to drop, no joke, like 10 or so videos. I might end up having to do them like one after another over the space of like a week maybe. So it's just going to absolutely be insane if you wanted to see absolutely everything, have it properly gone over, you know, like all the little details and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking at the moment in time, just out loud. I don't know whether that's going to be good or not, or whether I'm going to go back on that. I guess we'll see. No, but again, my idea at the moment is to try and give everyone as much quality content as possible. So it's going to be a thing. I can say without a doubt, it will be a thing. I just don't know like how big the event will be and the update itself. I imagine the actual event itself is going to be pretty much like every other event that I've gone to, where I turn up and everybody is there, and I get mugged from like the moment I join in the instant, which is funny. It's funny because it always happens. I'm like, oh, okay. You see like the behind the scenes from my perspective, and I'm like, okay, we're going in, I'm getting in VR, not been in VR for a certain amount of time, whatever, since the last update, let's see what happens. Next minute, I'll go into the world and everyone's that excited, they're just like, Moody! And then I just get mugged. It's like, oh, okay, hi everyone, didn't expect this level of attention, but hi. So funny. Always ends up happening. There we go. So we got some trees there. And then I reckon I put some trees here as well, and maybe like a crystal. And then that will be Snowdin's island. And I'll put like the snow particles on there as well. And then what we can do is when the fight happens on here, there's enough room that we can clearly see Frisk being able to like jump around and avoid things. Not too much. But yeah, the idea being that we have just enough room to maneuver and go crazy. And then it'd actually be pretty cool to have it, like, when we jump off it and everything, have it, like, rotate slightly or spiral out. Like, I like the way it's looking at the moment. I might include some, like, extra snow, maybe, like, down here or whatever. But I want to include smaller floating pieces of, like, rock or whatever, just, like, rotating around them as well. You know, to make it look as though it's just come out of a chunk in the floor, because it kind of has. Yeah, I hope everyone's going to be happy with this update, because so much work has gone into it. So much work has gone in. There's so much more to do still. And again, I enjoy working on this kind of thing. It's something I'm really, really passionate about for obvious reasons. You know, so I do this. I reckon that's about enough of Snowdin taken from outside that I can confidently say, yeah, I don't need any more. And then I'll just place these little bits of snow around the place. I forgot to mention Undyne's animation. I have to gush about it because I jumped out of my seat. Oh, yeah. So, that part of the animation is going to be shown off a little bit more. I want to try and do. That's the one thing that I'm worried about at the moment. That I know if people were treating this like, say, Under event, there'd be plenty of stuff to critique. Like, I have yet to do a proper fight scene and flesh it out and be like, okay, this is what I want. So, my idea, one of the ideas that I have for the event is to try and flesh out some sort of fight scene. Because I have yet to properly include Red in things, because I showed Red off in the trailer. But I have yet to include her properly, because the footage that I actually used was really early footage of me trying to animate her, and I can animate so much better now. Like, the character stuff that I've been doing, like talking to each other, looks so much better now after help from people from the Undernet with that. You know, just like nitpicking it and being like, dude, this could look a little bit better here and stuff. I saw that and it really surprised me. Yeah, so I'll explain that in a moment as well. I think I've explained it a few times, but on like different streams. But the whole thing is, I feel confident about character interactions now. It's just the fight stuff that I need to work on. So for the event, I at least want to show off maybe one like fight sequence if I can. I really, really want more of Undyne and Alphys in this update. Like, before we get any further in stuff, like, the reason why I mention Alphys and Undyne is because Two All-Nighters Blur has been working really hard on her stuff, and I'm like, I really need to include more Alphys, because I've not really done much of Alphys in the past because of not having like the lab or Hotland or anything. I'm like, okay, I need more of Alphys. I need more of Undyne, because I keep saying, oh, I'll do more Undyne. I'll do more Undyne to Z, who's voicing Undyne. I also need to do more Muffet, because I keep saying, like, about the spiders. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll put the spiders in this one. It's like getting the animation done while also doing all of this stuff as well is just a pain. Especially because, like I said before, I'm kind of at that point where I'm also having a little break myself and actually enjoying games. So it's awkward trying to get everything done and on schedule. But I at least want to try and get, if I prioritize those characters, I want to get something for Red done. So maybe like a small fight sequence as a kind of a test to see how well that comes out. I want to do more of Alphys and Undyne, because I promised those for so long in like other updates. And I already can confirm I have bloopers for Alphys in here already. Some of the bloopers that we heard in the sound test, I was just like, oh, I need to animate those. So Alphys at least has bloopers, but I want to do like proper dialogue as well. And then like for Muffet, I want Muffet to have the spiders there, because that was another major concern, was for a long time people have been saying like, oh, the spiders are going to be scary or whatnot, and for ages I've been like, no, the spiders aren't going to be scary deliberately because I don't want them to be. I just want them to be kind of silly. I want to show off the spiders, I want to show off Muffet, and I want to show off Red if possible. Primarily because, like, the people behind those characters have done so much work, and there's so much work involved with them. It's like, I really need that. So hopefully I can get those characters done for the update, as well as this whole sequence with Azrael, or at least showing off the end bit with Azrael. I would really like that. It's a case of trying to get like stuff done just each night, even if it's just a little bit. Like the other night, I showed a couple of workings out, and I did what was it, rendering. I'm just gonna mention what I did here. I rendered off some stuff for the update. I did another character's idle animations, basically where they're just looking around and everything. I did those, and I did the skeleton house. I showed off the inside of the skeleton house. So tonight, if I work on this a little bit, and then I do, say, like, another idle animation for another character, and then I do, the the render for Undyne's house, the inside of Undyne's house. If I do that, then that's the bare minimum. And I remember I've got till like the end of March as well. So I've got like, what, 20 odd more days left in February? But I kind of don't as well. Primarily because like Valentine's Day and the 15th I'm taking off. Because obviously Valentine's Day, the 14th, I'm probably not going to be doing anything then. Or if I do, it's going to be extremely late at night. And the same with like the 15th. The 15th is actually my birthday, so I'm going to be probably taking that off as well. The same way, and maybe doing something like late at night there. And then after that, it's just a case of trying to get as much done. I'm not, before anybody says anything either, I'm not going to mention how old I am. What's that, Jed?
Quoting Bill, 111.
111! That's the only point of contention I have is dating myself primarily, because it's like, I don't want to. It's not that I'm insecure about it, but it's just that whole thing of like, I'm not insecure, but I just know that like, if I do start dating myself and openly saying like my own birth date, people will start using that against me when they find something, like anything wrong with the project in future. You know, which is terrible to say. It's like any of these streams, you could go back and probably find something that I've said and just be like, dude, that sounds terrible. It's like, no. But again, I've said that multiple times. I'm like, I have problems with communication and just generally how I think. So, hopefully nothing like that happens. You're an old man, but we still love you. Yeah. The only thing that people can draw conclusions from is when I mention, like, I'm older than Rev. And by that I mean Revtrosity. Not Revenge. Right, let's do characters, Snowdin pieces, and then we'll do Snow. Oh no, wait, VFX? Because I've got VFX already. Hang on. Also, while I'm here, I'll also do the thing that I said I was going to do before about showing the intro with the credits, or at least just the you know, the ones that I've done for the big update, just so people can see. Snow collider, no. I don't need a collider there. What I need is an emitter. Snow plane. Of course, people know already that I'm not, like, talking out my butt when I mention stuff like credits or anything else, or, like, fun stuff. It's more just for the sake of, you know, like, oh, like, what's he up to, you know, kind of thing. So I do this. Oh, dude. All the freaking snow here is just crazy. Especially because the size of it, it's like the size of meteorites or something. Let's do a collision. The idea is that collision here is going to kill the particles so that they act naturally. The house definitely needs it. And the rocks. Everything else is fine. Watch out, Papyrus! I know, right? Like, look at the size of this snow. Like, where is it? Again, I'm not showing this with lighting because there's no lighting anyway, but like when I do put lighting on it, that's when it gets nice and cool. As in, that's when it looks its best. I don't know why the snow is falling around like that. But there you can see the size of the freaking snow chunk there. Massive. Let's see, because I can randomize that anyway with the renderer. You can do like scale 0.02 maybe. And then I just need to figure out, because I do have like speed set up for it and everything. I just need to figure that out as well, because there's a thing set up for that I have or did have. Essentially, you just put wind in the level. Like, you put wind by it, and then what ends up happening is it looks realistic. And then what I can do is go through all these files, delete the stuff that I'm not using, and there we go. We'll have Speedy Snow, indeed. Once we've got like all this set up, we should be good. I really hope that I have like snow crystals here. Or... I don't have the igloo, don't have the tool shed, don't have the doghouse. This is all stuff that I got rid of before. The library I don't need. The grill bees I don't need. The shop can go. Skelebro's house can go. Waterfall entrance can go. New bridge can go. Crystal. No, I don't have it. Oh, I'm gonna have to get that. Snow dunes. Fortnite ice. I remember when I explained that, where I was like, dude, I got the models from Fortnite up in here for the other bit. You have heterochromia? Not in real life, but for the avatar, yeah. Fortnite ice. Yeah, so I have the models for Fortnite for, I think, ice blocks, I think it is, or something, that I've put an ice shader on that works pretty nicely. I was that desperate, I was like, yeah, we need some models for ice up in here, and I could find them relatively quick and cheap. I was like, yeah, guess we're having them. Guess we're having them, so... We got Fortnite stuff up in here. You'll see when it comes to the updates as well. I might just, like, have a laugh and point it out, but... Oh, where the heck is this light? Oh, boy. Right, so let's do... What game is this? This is actually an animation that I'm working on for Undertale. I'll show it off now. Hang on. That way you get a better idea of it. Basically doing an animated movie about Undertale. What is it? I'm doing it all in Blender. Trailer time, yes it is, but it's the new trailer time. The difference is that the new trailer is absolutely fantastic, but I have to go through stupid YouTube ads to get to my own video. I love this new trailer now. Like, where is it? Stop that for a moment. New trailer time, yeah. So, I'll open that there. We'll do window, is it that one? Window capture? Yes, it is. So we go... The big trailer. There's the trailer that, honestly, by the time I'd finished it, made me cry. I was like, I need a good trailer, and then next minute it's like, oh, okay, here we go. I say it's a big trailer, and then it loads up full screen like that. It's okay, it's fine. No big deal. Yeah, enjoy. God, I love that trailer. And that's not me being biased. I genuinely do really love that trailer, just because the amount of like work and luck that went into that trailer in terms of like some of the content is insane. It looks so beautiful. Thank you very much. Again, I'm hoping that like when everything's said and done, it's gonna be fantastic. So, that's the new sort of like the new way to look at it instead of like the old trailer. The old trailer is like really bad now. I for months I was saying to people like the old trailer looked terrible and everyone was like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "No, seriously, it looks really bad." And then I show off that and it's like, "Oh, now you understand why." You know, you're really talented. Oh my god, thank you very much. So yeah, you kind of understand what I'm doing now from that trailer in particular, but it's all cool. Uh, so many like different things to do, but it's so much fun. Like, just adding a little bit of light into this is actually pretty cool. I might put again one of the crystals from Snowdin in here. I just need to figure out where the heck I put them. So much stuff to go through Snowdin. Just see if I can find them here. A crystal? Small crystal? No. I'm just gonna try and find that. How much did it take you to do the trailer? Oh, a long time. A long time and a lot of like getting characters from different people. Like, because a lot of it, like the animation, like some of the effects and a lot of the environment stuff, like practically all of the environment stuff is me. Um, but like it's a massive effort from a lot of people just to like be able to get these models. 100 years. Nah, it's again, I can't express how lucky I got in 2024. Like 2024 was the most stupidly lucky time for me where it's like I'm again I'm hoping that like the character artist can get back to me again for this type of thing so I can get the other characters that I need off them. But like when I tell you my 2024 was basically spent going up to people and being like, "Look, I need this character, can you do it?" And like 99.9% of the time it was, "Yeah, here you go, here's the character," like a week later. No joke. I I have never been that lucky in my entire life. And it's I don't know what was going on. And it still has me freaking out. Because I'm just like, I don't understand this. I don't know how this is happening. No. It's making me cry here. It's absolute insanity. Because I've never ever been that lucky. It's like it's like with the trailer. Like the trailer itself, I wanted I wanted that music for it. Don't cry because then I cry. I'm already crying. um it's like I wanted that music for it, and I'd been listening to that music for like a week because I like listening to different Undertale covers. And I'd heard it and I was like, you know what, that would be really cool if I do it for a trailer. And it was just after Under Event as well. And I was like, okay, Under Event's gone down. Everything's kind of like slowly dying down now that the hype for it is going down, but I kind of still wish that we'd been involved in some way, shape, or form. And when I talked to like Doge from the Minecraft team, and Doge was just like, dude, you need to throw out something, because like it'll be good maybe. And I was like, I'm not so sure, it might spoil everything. And just like just do a tiny trailer, it'll be fine. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. I do the trailer and I'm like, okay, I'm cutting it up randomly. Because normally I have to have music there to cut to, because I do everything to the music normally. And I cut a little bit of it up, and I just went out on a limb, and I was like, can I borrow this music for something like fan creation? And the you can actually see that, like, I think I give the description, like, for the creator. I actually credited them in the video, so you can actually go see the creator's video. And the creator was like, I suppose as long as you credit me. The moment that line was dropped, I was like, this is going in. This is going in now. This is happening. Um, I got the music going, and then that's when I was like, okay, now I can see about editing more. I edited it all to the music from then on. Spliced stuff around a little bit, and yeah, it just worked. After that, it just felt really good to the point where I was like, okay, I've got it done. I had it done in literally like half an hour or something, and I was like, okay, I'll show some people on the Immersiontale Discord and see what they think. And we had it set up, and I was like, okay, here we go. Let's just see about this. And everyone was like, what? I was like, okay, yep, there we go. There's a good trailer then, because it was just that insane in terms of just throwing something out that quick. I was just like, yep, there we go. It's a good trailer. By the end of me actually watching it for the first time, I was just no joke. I was in absolute tears because I wanted something like that. Because I'd said for ages that I wanted something that was on par with anything that would be shown off at Under event, and then to make something like that in a short space of time, I was like, I'm happy now. I'm happy now. I'm good. No, it was insane. Damon says, "Nicely done." It's not even finished yet, Damon, but it's this part is. But it's hopefully going to turn out really nice when I combine all of these together. Again, I'm just like trying to throw them all together and see how they look. This is obviously it with lighting. This area looks nice with lighting now. I just need to do like background lighting and everything else, but that'll be done at a later date. But yeah, this self-contained island looks pretty nice right now. And then I have to do like the like other chunks floating around, and then take this and put it in the other files and see how it goes. But yeah, this is a unique idea you got. I'd like to think it is. I hope it is. Especially just because of how much effort's going in. You know, the amount of effort and determination involved is just like totally insane. I've had multiple people say that where they're just like, dude, this is just nuts. How do you even do this? Like, how do you have this much determination? And I'm just like, just gotta keep going. Just gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. Can't stop. Just gotta go. You know, gotta keep working on it. Let's see. What I will do is see if I can import a rock into here now. But yeah, oh, that reminds me, Sammy. So for the credits, is it just the names of list who contributed, or are you using a photo as well? It's just a list of names at the moment. People should follow the game's advice, says Damon. So here we go. What I'll do is I'll save that there for a moment, that video, and then I'll open that one here. So this is for Sammy, this one. Let's see if there we go. So Sammy, just for proof, that's the very start in like the intro of the update. This is like me showing off how much is in the update so far. There's your front and center. But I did it I think based off your I think I did it based off your Discord name. Ads. Okay, wait, I'm like, yeah, so here we go. I did it based off your Discord name, for here at least. So yeah. So that's the very beginning as well. Should download uBlock or something. Yeah, it's... I don't know whether uBlock still works on YouTube. So what did you say before you were rudely interrupted? Uh, at the very beginning of the update here, in the credits for like all the main people that helped out, either by giving content over to help that majorly affected different areas of the project, you're here as part of that group. That's the Discord name, I think. But to explain it, the easiest way of saying this is like Jitlag and Inky were the two people that give me Burger Pants' model. Latty is the person that made Snowdin HD, which I based all my models off for Snowdin. And then obviously Sammy, I got your artwork, which helped a lot with populating the lab. So I have you credited there. And later on, somewhere down the line, where is it? Where's where I show off the lab? That's the Seroba bit. It's round here somewhere. I can't show it off properly, but I can at least try and find it in the text. It's one of these files. One of these files, literally round here. This huge chunk has all of the stuff in for like what happened after Seroba's demo. Because like to go over everything without spoiling, but as in not showing anything, but to tell you exactly what's in it so far, so you have an idea of what's going on. We got slow open, load of crazy intro, because I did lots of unique animation and everything just for that, and then threw it in. Then we've got a little bit of a joke here, and a unique follow-up to the intro. Then we have what happened previously, which is Waterfalls section. Then we have the description of where this all started in terms of like working on the core after February the 19th. And then we go all the way through till April, and April until I think it's here. Yeah. So this big chunk is just focused on the Seroba demo, and the reason for that is because that was a massive overhaul of things to, one, test out character animation and what I could do at that point in time. Two, it was negotiating a commission contract between a character artist that I'd got in contact with at the time. And three, essentially it was the biggest test that we'd done up until that point of just trying to optimize New Home, because New Home was like, the demo that we did was cool, but the problem with the demo is that it ran so badly in terms of frame rate that it wasn't that usable, and some of it just didn't look too good. So I was like, okay, I'll overhaul it, see if I can make it run better, because it just kept crashing all the time. And spoilers, a little bit of spoilers. When I went back and looked at the optimization for New Home, I found out, I explained this in one of the streams, and I've got that footage in here, but I actually explained that the loading up the file for New Home, it was that bad at one point because the way I'd done stuff, that when I realized, I was just laughing like mad. Essentially, what the file was trying to do and why it was lagging so hard and then crashing, it was trying to load what was essentially 60 different versions of Hotland at the same time in terms of detail, all at once. And it was just like, what? I don't even... It sounds insane, but it's just because of I already explained this, but it was like I'd copied the buildings and dotted them around the place, and because of the way that the buildings were done and the way that it transfers data when you copy things, it was altering the data for each version in such a way that it was loading every building in the scene multiple times. So I ended up having like I think it was 60 million polygons on screen. So yeah, it was loading up about 60 different versions of Heartland all at the same time every time, and that's why it was crashing. It was nuts. It was the most stupid thing I'd ever done outside of getting low frame rate from having collision on over 200 separate objects, which we had in the ruins. There's always something crazy that happens. Will you add Religion Tale to it? Yeah, I still want to include Religion Tale back in there. I've not forgotten about them. I still have them in here. Infinite Heartland. Yeah, basically it was Infinite Heartland. But yeah, we got the Saroba demo, of which that's got a lot of heart and passion put into it, and gives you an idea of stuff to come. And then from what's Religion Tale? Religion Tale is a silly AU that I made up, based off a joke that memes made when we were doing New Home, which was on about, I think it was Pope Undine or something. I just realized Pope Undine is back in here. I did edit that footage back in here. Where is it? I've got the avatars still down here. Hang on. There's Bishop Sands. Ta-da! He's still here. And Jeff. And there's Pope Undine. Oh, hang on. Oh, come on. Trying to move these is annoying when you can't grab them properly because they're off screen. Oh. Goat Mother Superiorial. There's Pope Undine. As memes would say, there's this one bit of art that I drew, and then everybody kind of went crazy, and then there was an AU that spawned off it. I do also have Spanish Inquisition Papyrus and Sexy Non Undine. That was funny. And then there's Non Undine. Not Non Undine, sorry, Non Metaton. Metaton EX to be precise. I keep grabbing like every different layer. It's awesome artwork, indeed. But yeah, I want to try putting them as like stickers on somewhere like in Alphys's place. There is still a couple of like bits of detail that I can include in like different areas, but this is gonna show off like the majority. But yeah, we up until like from the end of Saroba's demo here till here is all like supercuts of all the work in progress, like what went into each area. And then from there is an interesting part. This is literally this like 10-minute segment roughly shows off the inspiration up until about there, and then shows off the alpha version or pre-alpha. So what that means is essentially it shows you what Immersiontale was originally gonna be before I started naming it Immersiontale, and before it became its own full-blown movie. So I don't think many people have seen that footage before. Especially the opening shots, because it started off as a totally different project. So I've got that supercut in there, plus a lot of old footage that shows kind of the stuff that I was going for, like really early on in like 2021, 22. And then we also have spliced into the event footage again. So that's just like reactions from people, funny things at events, like first person, and then people's reactions to each one up until Waterfall. And then we get at 40 odd minutes in, we get to the new content, of which you can see here. This is all new content that's either never seen before or is extended based off the trailer. So there's a lot of stuff going on there so far. And to give you an idea of how big that is, I timed each of the updates previously on how much they had that was new and actually shown off in them compared to the actual other stuff in them. I think New Home and the Ruins between them had about 5 minutes, and Waterfall had 10 minutes roughly worth of video. We're looking at like easily more than 10 minutes going on here. Like that up to there is like 10 minutes. That's like I think 14 or 15. I still haven't included everything. I'm still filming more stuff as we speak. So we could end up looking easily like over an hour. I'm like, I should have a laugh and say like I want to try and make it to an hour and 12 for a laugh, just to make sure. But yeah, every other update has been dwarfed by this completely easily. And also the way that I've cut the video up and everything. It's a lot more quality to it, I'd say. And then in between, like for instance, where is it? Like I was on about bloopers. In between all of the footage that you may have already seen if you're familiar with streams, in between all that footage is also bloopers for the actual full thing. So basically, it's not a case like with other events where you can just sort of like tune out halfway through, or tune out here and there and hope that, oh yeah, I just have to really kind of just come back for the ending where all the important stuff is. With this one, I've thrown in like little comedic sketches, little animation tests here and there, some interesting information. Overall, it's one of those where you don't want to really take your attention off it for any one period in time, because there's either something that's funny, something that's new, or something that's funny and new and interesting in terms of like showing off technical stuff or whatever. So yeah, this is so much work that's gone into just this video, not just the content behind it. This will be the biggest update ever. Yeah, I've already said early on that this will be probably the biggest update I put out outside of releasing the individual sections slowly. Like, the idea is after this update goes out, I'll literally just be working on the individual sections while also getting whatever needs to be got remaining, like anything that I need to go fishing for from certain developers or whatever. I'll be going and getting that off them and be like, okay, here we go, But yeah, it will be the biggest singular update I've ever done, and I didn't do it just for the sake of it. It was more just like, you know what? I feel like because I've been working on all this stuff, I could do like multiple small updates, or I could just go all in and do one really big one. It's like, yeah, I'll just go all in and do one really big one because it just makes sense. So yeah, it's insane, and it's also really cool at the same time. Oh, what's this collection? Oh, lots of collections of rocks that I've used from the ruins. Guess you know what I'm doing here. I can use those high poly, low poly rock. What? Get rid of the high poly ones. I'll just put different textures on them, and then we're good. Go that way. What's that one? Let's see. Damon says, just found a video of people transporting the Ingram in Japan. Oh yeah, the real life one. Yeah, it's pretty cool, that one. The impact will be bigger as people have been waiting longer, says Sammy. Yeah, I kind of thought about that one. I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be nuts. Like, I sincerely Sincerely hope people enjoy this one because of how much has gone into it and how much will be revealed. You know, it's it's gonna be interesting seeing what everybody's reaction to it will be. Still gonna be out before GTA 6. I hope. The update will at least be out before GTA 6. Meanwhile, GTA 6 will be potentially charging people like $100 for it. Damon says it's looking really awesome. I'm really excited to see what the community's reaction will be. I'm hoping it will be good. And I think the comment that I made previously about this kind of thing was I said like there was so much that I could have just released right now and been happy with it and be like, oh yeah, it's a thing, you know, and then just kept working. But the idea being that I try and just do my hardest when it comes to, you know, like showing off all this stuff, all the content, all the characters and things. It's like if I put absolutely everything into this update and I show all of what I've been working on, all the characters that have been got, you know, absolutely everything, I think it's gonna have way more of an impact, and it's gonna have people just like, whoa, what? Because what started out as just like, oh, I'll just do a tiny animation, has literally transformed into I can more or less do all of Undertale in 3D now. Have fun with that. It's pretty crazy. And the thing is, like, it. I don't think people understand the scale of things as well when it comes to like working on stuff. Because like they just watch the streams and go, oh, okay, that looks neat. But showing like the behind the scenes and how long it took to actually get all this stuff and get there to where we are at this point, I feel like that's definitely where it leaves an impact because it shows people that it's a thing that's constantly been worked on and it's not just like come out of nowhere, you know, unless you're first time viewer. But but it's one of those things where it's people like passion projects and people like seeing a lot of familiar stuff, especially if it's done in a way that looks fantastic and looks really good. And you know, then you can start getting excited behind stuff like that because it's like, oh wow, this is actually happening now. And I think another good takeaway from it will be that a lot of stuff I've mentioned for ages and been like, I would like this, I would like that, you know, that's another thing that's basically happening with this update is I've told people like, I want this, I want that, I just need help with it. And people have been kind enough to help. And now I'm like, okay, we got this stuff, let's show it off, let's see what happens. I can't wait to see what happens there because essentially it's me backing up everything that I've been saying and not sort of just talking bull the entire time. You know, it's like I like to back up everything that I talk about and mention, so it's not just me wishful thinking about everything. And it's gonna be fun to see people be like, oh wait a minute, he talked about that in that stream or in that update, and now it's actually happening. Wait, what? You know, that's like the knock on effect of everything where it's like, okay, so this was mentioned in this update. Okay, this is cool. Yeah. I everything has just come down to this basically when it comes to interesting bits with the update. Hello, Orcos. How you doing? There we go. We got this going on. I reckon I need to put these. Oh, crap. These rocks. Maybe around here instead and have them face this way. I also realize I need to. Oh, are they animated? Yes, they were. Okay. set transform all, and then animation. I want to have those rotating permanently. That'd be really cool. It's the thing you say last time. Yeah, I'm working on my animation a little bit. You should make a few of the floating boulders spin and bob. Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. Like, maybe have like 1, 2 down here spinning and then the others bobbing. Because I don't want them to just be stationary. I can even make them slowly orbit as well. That'd be pretty cool. Great minds think alike. Yeah, the whole thing about having like debris field. What's cool is if I can animate like a couple of these, I can actually probably make a geometry node set up to make it look as though there's like little tiny rocks going on down here, but I have to make it like one of the really low poly ones. I just realized I need to have those all be was it origin geometry? Because if I don't have the origins correct, what's going to happen is they're going to rotate really stupidly. Yeah, if I do like, if I save that, I also want Snowdin piece, right? Oh, Snowdin rock place. Oh, hang on. Snowdin floating. There we go. I was trying to figure out how to do that, and it's like Snowdin Lost Soul Island. You have little ones over the island, maybe like a solar system. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool actually. Have like the debris thing going on like that. Like the island actually has gravity. Yeah, at least around at the bottom bit of it. Oh, I still can't get over this this snow shader because of just how much it does like heavy lifting. Like the amount of heavy lifting this thing does. Like you see how the model is like kind of low poly, but then the way that the material works is it kind of makes it look like it's not too low poly. It's hard to describe. It's like it looks as though it's having more detail near the edge when it really doesn't. It does so much heavy lifting. It's stupid. Like I got so lucky getting that material. You can even see the effect of the snow on the floor there. And that's without the atmospheric detail. Like it'd actually be cool to have it be lit similarly to this, where it's like very minimal lighting because the way the end is. Loving the sparkles of snow. You can only, funny enough, you can only see that in low lighting conditions. Oh, excuse you, Jen. But it's like I know people have mentioned it in the previous streams where they're like, dude, you should have like the subsurface sparkling and scattering and everything else. But like I've mentioned it and said like, look, it has it, but I don't think people have actually seen it. And showing it off like that now is really cool. I haven't seen the sparkle. Yeah, it's been in the other versions. It's just hard to see. It also depends on how the texture is applied as well. Like sometimes when the texture's stretched a little bit, you don't see it. But then again, it's this as well. Like we've seen how I've done the snow, like the snow buildup. There's a little bit more interesting. But these snow dunes are literally just like really low poly planes. But because of how they're done and how the material is done, it looks as though they just merged together pretty nicely. Even the snow on top of the house looks okay. You know, it's just like, dude, so much heavy lifting by that one material. YouTube compression, yeah, YouTube compression ruins it too. Like that's one thing I'm gonna have to do when I render it out. Render it out in like as high resolution as possible. Render it out at like 4K or whatever. You know, instead of 1080 or 8K. Turn around and be like, right, the entire video is being at 8K resolution. Or the entire movie. Will you put the trombone in? Yeah, I'll be putting in the trombone, just not in this bit. This is like for the Lost Souls section. So what I'm gonna do here really is like I could add an empty to everything and then rotate the empty, or I could just rotate the rocks. Like, for instance, I could just take that and just be like, okay, we're gonna rotate here. And where's the 30 frames per second? I'd have to do it like over a period of time that's long. Longer than this at least, but I could do like that and start it from there. Or start it from further on, because if I do it like there, and then do it to 8, and then just have it kind of go round like that. I go to about there maybe, and have it be like that, and then hopefully we can, as an example, oh, right, I'd have to, it's because the way that Blender does it, I'd have to go the other way. I'd have to go like that maybe? It goes, I'll find some, like, I'll find a better way of doing it. It's just because of having it rotate like that, because normally, whether it is, it rotates back on itself. It's kind of annoying. Especially when you want to loop the animation. It's like, maybe that, and then just go. I wonder what happens if I actually cycle that. But linear? If I was to cycle that to like say there. This is just hypothetical now. I'm just checking this out for the sake of it. If I do that, put that on the it's the graph editor. And then do rotation, which is going to be what? The Z? And then we go modifiers, cycles. And then I do like 500 just for the sake of it. I want to see whether this... it doesn't rotate fully there. It cuts. You'd have to find some way of doing that so it cuts perfectly. But then it would just rotate like that constantly because cycles allows you to repeat the motion. But then you'd have this kind of thing going on where it rotates like that. I just obviously have to do it a lot slower. But yeah, that's the kind of idea at the moment. It's looking very good. Thank you very much. Oh, another thing I need to do is put like ground fog on the floor as well. Ground fog's really important for selling the idea of it being cold. And then because it'll be its own atmosphere as well, having the characters breathe cold would be nice. But yeah, that's stuff to look forward to in future. I'll just take that and do like a snippet of it. And then I can use that for like an update later on. Just be like, yeah, I did this. It was cool. Interesting how the text gets blurry when it spins. I think it's mainly just because of like Blender at the moment. So yeah. Orca says I have a question. Go for it. Like it shouldn't do that in the final. I want to play on the PS5, but the servers are down. The PS5 servers are back. Jen's playing on Sinduality at the moment because I'm going to be playing on it after her. Because what I'm going to do is probably switch out after the stream, which will be over in like a little bit. Because I really want to play Sinduality. Is there going to be a spaghetti reference? Yes, there's already a spaghetti reference. And the actual spaghetti scenes as well. But yeah, more Sinduality tonight. I'm going to be looking forward to that. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for sticking around with me yet again. And I shall see you on the next one. So until then, bye!